This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers Academy, and tonight we're going over Walmart. This is actually technically it's going to be, I think, a 3-part series instead of a 2. So I wanted to share that with you. So if you are a part of it, congratulations. We're going to do, this is part 1, then we're going to have part 2 and part 3. Part 2 will be next Tuesday, part 3 will be the following Tuesday. So let's get started. Let's get everybody started on selling on Walmart. So actually my partner in crime, this is going to be taught by me and my partner in crime, which is Renata Dark. She's also the co-founder of eCom Sellers. So together, both of us, she's been selling a little bit longer than I have online. She started in 1999. She has 2 amazing sons. I started technically, quotation marks in the air, in 2014 on eBay, but I was selling online before that. And then I've been selling offline for a while. I've owned different businesses. So I have 2 special needs kids, and both of her kids and my kids are the reason why we both do this. So what we're going to learn, this workshop is being taught from a new seller perspective. So you'll be able to use some of these methods and approaches on any platform. We're going to talk about what you need to do to get started selling on Walmart. So let's get going. So by the end of this workshop, you'll know why you should be selling on Walmart, how to apply on Walmart, how to sell on Walmart, and what to expect. Well, I don't know why that sentence is there, but anyway, we'll move on. All right, so what is the mindset that you need to be able to do this, to get ready, help you get ready for Q4? So I am talking about this from a Q4 perspective. It is August right now. So there's going to be some things over the next 3 workshops that are going to be specifically focused on Q4. So we're going to hit the first round of them today. We'll have a couple more over the next 2 weeks. In any case, you need to focus on your why. Q4 is a very active time of the year. It's a very busy time of the year. If you're a new seller, for some, it may be overwhelming. So you have to do planning. Planning is extremely important if you want to be a successful seller on Walmart for Q4. The next thing is you got to remember that you're the business owner. There's going to be a lot of things that you source, a lot of things that you want to sell. Some things will do well. Some may not do as well as you expected. During Q4, a whole bunch of stuff is going to sell. You just have to make sure you're listing on a regular basis and that you're consistent. So that's going to be helpful. But at the end of the day, any decision that you make on what you source, what you sell, what you list, business decisions that you make in your business, pricing, everything, that's all on you. So your job right now, while you're in August, is to get better and better at what you're doing in your business, to gain your knowledge or increase your knowledge, increase your experience. And that way, over time, you'll get better at making more strategic decisions. You'll also, over time, as you start to get more profitable, you may incorporate tools, you may not, who knows. But again, you have to do the most that you can to make sure that, that you're making the best decisions for your business based off of your life and what's happening with your life. So for us, we're both single moms. So we always have to take our kids and our lifestyle into account. For others, it might be single. You don't have a lot of stuff that's stopping you. Maybe you're a person that's caring for parents. So just, again, don't compare your results to somebody else's. They're going to be completely different because we're all running our businesses differently. Budget, you need to make sure you have a budget established during Q4. You should have one. You should build one now. Don't wait until Q4 if you don't already have one. Hopefully you have one as a business owner. You should always have a budget. But if you don't, start building one. Figure out how much you're going to spend every single month or every single week or every single day to figure out what you're going to spend money on. If you're going to do wholesale, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, you got private label products. You should always have a budget as a business owner. Okay. You need to build habits that are going to help you be consistent in your business. So you should have a daily schedule. Like you should know what you're doing every single day. You should know when you're sourcing, when you're not sourcing, when you're shipping, when you're not shipping, or if you're checking shipping, if it's outsourced somewhere else, somebody else is handling it. You should be checking. You should have activities around, administrative tasks and customer service. All of that is part of building a business. So there should be a daily list of activities that you step through. And if you don't have that, you need to build it. You need to be patient with your results. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So this is not, you're going to win the lottery. You are going to make money online during Q4 if you're consistent. Even someone who creates horrible listings during Q4 will get sales. So you may not get as many sales as you want to, but you're going to get sales. So just be patient with yourself. Doing research may take a little more time than you want to. There's some really quick strategies that you can use as a Walmart seller. So you don't, I won't say that you don't have to do research. You're still going to have to do some activity or action. But again, be patient with yourself. Some of this stuff gets boring or monotonous or tedious, or it takes too long. And you're like, oh my God, why is this listing not live? So you just be patient with yourself. Be consistent. Consistency is the key to everything. Be consistent. If you build a schedule, it'll help you build the habit. And once you build the habits, or you'll help you build consistency. And the consistency will help you build the habits. So schedule builds consistency that you follow, schedule that you follow. And consistency builds habits. So I'm just saying, in other words, stuff you do on autopilot and you don't have to think about. All right. So what is Walmart? I just took this directly from Wikipedia. So Walmart is an American multinational retail corporation that operates a chain of hypermarkets, discount department stores, and grocery stores from the United States, headquartered in Bentonville, Arkansas. Look, Walmart is up in Canada. Walmart is they're expanding everywhere. And so they're increasing their footprint. Of course, we have Walmart stores everywhere. Over the last probably 25, 30 years, they have drowned out so many mom and pops. It's ridiculous, but they have everything. Okay. And if you're in the US, you know what a Walmart is. If you don't know what a Walmart is and you've been living in the US for a while, I don't know what happened. I have no idea how you cannot pass one. But in any case, they have everything you need, everything you want. They sell everything, including online. So that's where we're going. So why should you be selling on Walmart? Well, Walmart is the fastest growing online seller platform. In other words, they're getting more and more sellers to come onto that platform. They're doing things to try and entice more sellers. And of course, Amazon is helping them in that way. When I say Amazon is helping them because Amazon is making it more interesting for sellers on their platform. So if sellers are getting frustrated, they run over to Walmart and start selling on Walmart. So Walmart is the fastest growing online seller platform. More and more sellers are going to Walmart, but there's still so much space for sellers over there. The next one is that they're ranked number 2 in online buying platforms. So in other words, Amazon is king. We know Amazon is sitting on the throne. eBay was always number 2, but Walmart just knocked them out of the park. I think they knocked them out last May or June, somewhere off in there. So Walmart just they dethroned eBay because eBay was number 2. So eBay is number 3. We talk about the Olympics. So Amazon is wearing the gold, Walmart is wearing the silver, and eBay is wearing the bronze. Okay, but they are ranked number 2. So they're literally trying to take the space and trying to catch up with Amazon. Do they have a long way to go? Yeah, but they don't have as many products in their catalog as far as online as Amazon does. Amazon has a lot of products in their online catalog, but they have the capacity to have a boatload of products because they have so many stores, so many retail locations. So they have the capacity to do that. In any case, they help drive traffic to your listings. Look, they have a relationship with Google. They have a relationship with a lot of different platforms. They're building more and more relationships. They're coming for Amazon. They're trying to. We're going to see what happens. We will see over the next 10 to 15 years what happens. But basically, whenever you create a listing on Walmart, you do a really good job with titling, you do a really good job with keywords, you name your images, then you have a higher probability that your products are going to automatically, without you doing anything extra, show up in the Google search. So when people go to Google, because people search for products, they go, and Amazon is one of the number 1 search engines for purchases. Google is the number one search engine for everything else. But when it comes to purchases, Google is right there behind Amazon. Well, in the US. In other countries, like they don't always just go to Amazon first. They do use Google. So when you're searching in the US for things, a lot of people start at Amazon and then they go to Google, or sometimes they will start at Google and Amazon shows up. But now you'll notice that Walmart listings are showing up in the search engine. And with Walmart listings showing up in the search engine, like that is a great opportunity for your products to get showcased and to be shown on Walmart.com. So again, having your products show up automatically, organically, that's what you want. They are not Amazon. That's another reason why you should be selling on Walmart. They're not Amazon. Because of that, Amazon has, you have restrictions based off of categories, you have, or secondary categories. They don't have a lot of restrictions on categories. They have a lot of restrictions on secondary categories. In other words, you have to be able to be approved in a secondary category on Walmart. And they have like 5 categories, primary categories where you have to get approved. Okay. Then they have all of these restricted brands. And there's a lot of claims that get filed on Amazon. Is that going to happen to Walmart in the future? We don't know. We don't know. But right now, it is not. So there are products that you can't sell on Amazon that you can sell on Walmart. There are, there's a lot of brands that you can sell that you can't sell on Amazon without approval that you can sell on Walmart. And so a lot of sellers are moving to Walmart. And here's the other thing. Because Amazon is kicking so many different sellers off of certain listings, and because there is still a wrinkle in the supply chain, meaning inventory getting to the destination where it's trying to get to. So maybe it's a check-in at Amazon, and so you have inventory coming from your wholesale supplier, supposed to be shipped to an Amazon fulfillment center for you, already has the ASINs on it or the labels on it and all of that, and it's just ready to go on the shelf. Well, because there's such a kink in the supply chain, from actually getting products, period, manufactured, produced, whatever, getting them shipped, we got a wrinkle in the shipping. Then what's happening is when people are going to Amazon and looking for a product and they can't find it, when they go to Google and they find it on Walmart, because again, Amazon's kicking sellers off of listings. So if sellers are not on the listing, when people go to Google and search for it and they find that product, they're going to find your product that they used to be able to find on Amazon very easily. So the point is, you have products that show up in the Google search, and that's a good thing. That means you get more sales. And they're not Amazon. They're not Amazon with all the limitations. That does not mean that it's not coming. Why sell on Walmart? To diversify. I think a lesson was learned by so many people last year when COVID hit. COVID is still here. When COVID hit, so many people learned that they were sending inventory into Amazon and then waiting for Amazon to fulfill the inventory. And when Amazon stopped what they were fulfilling and saying, hey, we're only fulfilling these products, we're not fulfilling those products, people are like, what the Sam Hill? And so their inventory was held hostage anywhere from 4 weeks to 6 weeks to 8 weeks to 10 weeks. People are like, I am not getting any sales. Stuff is not moving. Just because I sell the specialty product that's in the XYZ category and it's not considered essential, my stuff is not getting sold. So diversifying, people figured out that they needed learn how to do merchant fulfilled. So merchant fulfilling, or move to a prep center, get away from the Amazon fulfillment center so you don't have all those limitations. And then that way you get more traffic to your listings. But having another platform to list your products on that is moving, that is getting traffic, that is getting traction, that people are getting more and more comfortable with. People are already comfortable in going into a Walmart store. That's why they're the number one physical retailer. They're the number one physical retailer. So being able to go to Walmart.com and buy things online, people are comfortable with that. Walmart has one of the easiest return policies. So again, people are already comfortable. So diversify. Don't just limit yourself and sell on one platform. Don't get stuck like Chuck. Sell on other platforms. So you have the opportunity to get more traffic, more traction to your listing and to increase your sales. Okay. If you have stuff listed on Walmart, you can have them listed on both Amazon and Walmart. Don't copy verbatim your Amazon listings over to Walmart. You should always tweak your listings. You should always do that. But again, listing on both platforms, listing on other platforms, diversify, because again, your customers may be coming from different platforms. It doesn't mean they don't want the product. They do want the product. So list on multiple platforms. And because there's low competition. Right now, there is low competition. There is like over 100,000 sellers. I think it's like 300,000, something like that. It's some kind of crazy number, but it's nothing compared to the number of sellers that are on Amazon. And just because that person has a seller account doesn't mean that they're doing something with it. Same thing with Amazon. So, you have, I think it's like 2 million sellers on Amazon or some kind of ridiculous number. And of those 2 million, only a certain number of them are actually active. Same thing with Walmart. So you don't have a lot of competition. So my recommendation to you is go and apply for a Walmart account, work to get approved, learn how to create listings, how to sell on Walmart right now. And then you will be ready to rock and roll when Q4 hits. Okay. So who can sell on Walmart? Those with e-commerce experience. Can't stress that enough, because Walmart is checking some stuff. They are. When you apply, they're checking some stuff. So you need to be prepared for that. They're going to check some things out. They're going to validate, confirm. So if you have experience selling, even if, like, let's say that you have been a mom and pop shop and you've been physically selling, maybe you go to trade shows and flea markets and other stuff. Maybe you have your own Etsy store, maybe you have your own Shopify store. If you've been selling, if you have selling experience and you can prove that, you're good to go, as long as you've been selling. A US-based company or a company that is registered in the US. In other words, if you're international, you need to register within the US. And if you do, you will be able to sell on Walmart.com. I think they opened that up. I want to say last July or August. You can Google it. I think it's been a year now that they opened it up, but they did open it. There was like a big giant press release about it for those people that are sellers. We shared it on eCom sellers fan pages so that people would know it. You must have a reliable fulfillment process. So one of the things that Walmart wants to make sure is that your products actually can get shipped to your customers. So if you have an established fulfillment process, whether you're working with a current fulfillment center, whether you've been doing merchant fulfillment for a while, and you're like very timely and responding to customer stuff, whether you're using Deliver is recommended. A lot of people who have Deliver accounts or established Deliver accounts, they find that their applications are sometimes like approved much faster. So Deliver can be one of those avenues if you're an experienced seller to help you get your application approved quicker. Those with quality products at competitive, I don't know what process it is, prices, it's supposed to be prices, at competitive prices. So if you've got some quality products, sometimes Walmart may ask you during the approval process for certain things. So they're looking for some information about you. If you've been selling crap and you got a bunch of negative feedback, that's not going to help you. So again, quality products, competitive prices. I don't know why this says processes. So if you're doing retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, private label, wholesale, all of those, wholesale dropshipping, all of that works on Walmart. They're just looking for good sellers and that have an established business in the US and they have a fulfillment process in place. So how do I apply? So I can apply directly at marketplace.walmart.com. That's how I can apply. I can apply through a Shopify account. That is one option. So I can, if I do have an established Shopify account, there's all these awesome apps, and Walmart is one of those apps that you can attach to your Shopify store. And through that, you can apply to become a seller from your Shopify account. I will tell you, for some people, one of the methods of getting approved is that they are establishing Shopify stores. They're buying a domain URL so that they have that. And that also is the URL that is attached to their account when they apply, because Walmart's going to ask for a bunch of different things about you. So, so Shopify is a great way to get approved. Just when you create your Shopify account, you establish it. If you've got an established one, that's great. There should be a Walmart app that you can just add. and to your store. And then once you add it, you can click on apply through it and then begin the process of applying through Walmart, to Walmart, sorry. Deliver. So if you create a deliver account, you can use your deliver account to apply to become a Walmart seller. And the fact that you have a deliver account can help you with the relationship with Walmart. So being able to have someone from deliver as you're going through the application process, sometimes, but not always, your deliver rep can check on some things for you. They can potentially check on where your application is if you spend crickets and you haven't heard anything back. And I would tell you, right now, there's a few sellers that are like getting approved with Walmart very quickly because Walmart is preparing people for Q4, just like every other platform is. So that is an opportunity for you. If you don't have a deliver account, if you do have a deliver account, go log into your account and go through the process to apply to become a Walmart seller. Walmart loves people who have deliver accounts. PayPal has an option to be able to apply to become a Walmart seller as well. I can't tell you exactly where it is. I was just at PayPal earlier. I meant to find that, but maybe by the next session or the session after that, I'll tell you how to find it. But again, that's another option to be able to sell on Walmart. So you're going to need the following. You're going to need proof of prior selling experience or current. I don't know why it says prior. It'd be prior or current selling experience. So if you have an established eBay account, Etsy, Amazon, Shopify, you have those, make sure you have that information handy. As you go through the application process, they may ask you for your URL. They may ask you for your, they may ask you for that URL. They may ask you for some other information so they can verify and validate you. So have some of that information handy, okay? Before you start the application process. You need to have an EIN and a W-9. If you don't have that, you need to get one. And you need to have a US address. So make sure that you have all that established. Now, do you want to put your own personal address? It's your call. You can set up a different address. You can set up back in the day, it used to be mailboxes, etc. I am clearly dating myself when I say that out loud. But in any case, you can set up a PO box like at the UPS store, which I think they bought mailboxes, etc. And use for your box number, you can use indicate that that's your suite number, suite. So use your PO box as your suite number and put in a physical address, okay? But make sure that that address, there's a connection or relationship to the address that's on your W-9. So if there's a bunch of weird address stuff happening when you're going through the application process, that could slow down the process or cause you not to get approved. So be mindful of the information that you put on the application. It needs to be something that is in sync with your real information, not just some random stuff, okay? Make sure you have a fulfillment plan, a way to fulfill the orders. Deliver is recommended. So when you're going through the application, I want to say like, I don't know, it's like a step 9 of the application process. They're going to ask you where you're going to fulfill from or how you're going to fulfill. And that's one of the application questions. And so you can, fulfill from wherever you're currently located. And then also you can put down deliver. So you can put deliver first and put your address down as the second one. Make sure you have contact information. So I mentioned before, some people will establish Shopify accounts and they, of course, will buy the domain. So with that domain, you got an email address. You can set up a Google Voice phone number. And so it could be a specific one going to a dedicated phone, because unlike other platforms, or unlike Amazon, sorry, you have the opportunity to interact with your customers, which is a bonus. It's a win-win. So your goal is to interact with your customers. And so with Walmart, since you have that opportunity, take advantage of it. Use it to your benefit. So establish a Google Voice. I have like 4 phones. So, one of them, when it rings, is coming from the Google Voice. I know that. So I know how to answer it. So establish an email, establish a phone number, having a domain is not going to hurt you, it's going to help. And then make sure all your information matches before you start the application process. If anything is out of sync when you're filling in this stuff, you're going to get some, it's either going to cause a delay in getting your application approved, or you may not get approved at all. And don't fudge your information. Okay, don't fudge your information, and don't say that you're going to fulfill your inventory from Amazon. Okay, don't fulfill your inventory from Amazon. If you get approved, don't do that. That will quickly get your account shut down. You should never be fulfilling your inventory from Amazon. You need to be fulfilling your inventory from whatever you have established. So figure that out, make sure the information matches, and use that. Okay. All right, so once you get approved, there's a couple of things that happen, and I meant to put, there's a slide that's missing here. So before this slide, once you get approved, you'll get a notification that you've been approved, and then you have to go through the process of setting up your account. So setting up your account, we'll cover that either in next week's or the following weeks. We'll talk about setting up your account, but that's going to be a critical part of you being able to get started selling. So I'm sort of jumping the gun here for just a second. I'm going to talk about a couple of things you see in your back office, and I'm also going to talk about a first listing. But just know that when you get approved, when you get that email that you've been approved, then the next thing you have to do is set up your account. If you don't step through all the steps of setting up your account, then you will not be able to, get your first listing live or sell your first thing. Once you get your first listing live, there's some stuff that's involved there. Then you just hit the ground running, just go. Go. So the steps are get approved or apply. Step 1, apply. Step 2, get approved or get notified that you've been approved. Step 3, finish your account setup. You're not going to be able to create any listings until your account setup is done. And then step 4 is create your listings. So there is a step that's missing in here, and I apologize. So once your account has been approved and you have completed your setup, then you're going to come to your back office. So your back office does not look anything like Amazon at all. Doesn't look anything like it. So don't expect it to, because it doesn't. You're going to see when you come into your account, one of the first one is manage items. So you've got draft listings, you have published listings. These are listings that are live. You have unpublished items. And these could be things that Walmart took down. And if I intertwine in here somewhere and I say Amazon by accident, I am sorry. I am meaning to say Walmart. I'm just so used to saying Amazon. Item processing and items with errors. So the errors are errors that you need to fix. Something about it needs to be fixed. Something about it needs to be updated or changed. And sometimes you have items and errors and you can't resolve it. So just heads up, you can try to resolve it, contact help. And then if you can't get it resolved, just create a new listing. Sometimes stuff just gets stuck because, again, Walmart is going through the process. They're going through growing pains as well. So sometimes things get stuck. That's just the fact. Okay. The next one is, you have the opportunity to do some integration. If you're going to do single item setup, you can do bulk setup. You can also add an API. So that this is where you're going down the menu items. We're not going to go through all of them. I forgot to scroll down later. There's some more down there. Go through the menu items. There's stuff that you'll see. So I just want to point out a couple of things. One of the benefits of selling on Walmart is there's 3 different ways in which you can create a listing. You can create one for a single listing just by going through the pages. You can do a single listing upload with a spreadsheet, and you can do a bulk upload with a spreadsheet. So all of those are awesome ways to get your listing in to Walmart. You put it in a single listing upload spreadsheet, that's an option, a way to get that listing up. And then bulk, if you have a VA, you can have the VA go ahead and update the spreadsheet, and then you upload the spreadsheet. There's also integration tools out there to do listings. So some of the integration tools that I know of, like eCom Dash is one of them. And then I just learned about Listing Mirror, and like mirror on the wall, like in the bathroom mirror. So some of those have integration. There's tools out there that have integrations with Walmart that can help you manage and maintain. It's multi-channel, or omni-channel, either one, to help you maintain your listings. that you're selling products on multiple channels. What I'm going to say to you, if you're a new seller, learn the platform first before you start messing with tools. Because if you start messing with tools and you don't know what's happening with your listings, you don't know what's happening on the platform, then you won't be able to tell if you have a problem or not. So spend August and September learning the platform, or spend August 6 weeks learning the platform. Spend about a week or two if you're going to use some tools, learning that tool, getting the tool integrated, making sure that the listings look good when you come in through the regular way. And then you can, if you want to incorporate it into Q4. Don't try to implement tools and stuff like that in the middle of Q4. I would never recommend that. So if you're going to learn something, learn it now, not later. Do everything now, not later. Okay. The other thing is there are within Walmart, this is an awesome feature, is they're going to tell you about some opportunities. They're going to tell you about listings that you have the opportunity to be able to list, where maybe it's something you previously sold. There's another section, which I don't know if I took that picture. I'll have to go look. I may just not show my screen for just a second and grab another slide. But anyway, because I'm logged into Walmart on the backside. But in any case, growth opportunities, they're going to tell you your matrix. And they did have, when I logged in today, there was a little pop-up on becoming a seller pro. So my assumption, this is my assumption, is that this whole seller pro thing, quotation marks in the air, is very similar to what Walmart does when they start prepping people for the holiday schedule. And so all of us that are Amazon sellers are going to get some kind of email this week, next week, that's going to say, hey, you got to meet these metrics to be able to do merchant fulfilled and toys, blah, blah, blah. And it has all these different, bullet points on what you have to do to be able to sell toys. Well, my assumption is, in looking at Become a Seller Pro, it's probably very similar. And it says that, for me, it says the standout customers will get awarded. It's going to be reevaluated for me again in October the 15th. So my guess is that's around the same time that Amazon does its whole, yes, you've been approved, no, you haven't been approved kind of thing. That's my guess, is that it's probably very similar. So growth opportunities, unpublished, pricing opportunities where you need to potentially adjust your prices, and assortment growth. So these are all, if you have orders to fulfill, you'll see these here: returns and refunds. See that here, disputes are here, adjustments, and I forgot, again, we'll have another session where we can go down and look at the next one. So if we're going to create our first listing, we're going to go to manage items, and we are going to click on new item. I want you guys to know that we have a very, 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 very detailed Walmart training, and that very detailed Walmart training is inside of eCom Sellers Mastery. And you have the opportunity to sign up for it. You can get 50% off if you put 50 OFFESM, and you have to type that in the promo code, and you get 50% off of that training. So you can take a deep dive into Walmart and everything that you need to do to be a successful seller on Walmart right now. So this is not going to be a super deep dive, but it is going to be enough to get you going on Walmart. Okay, so you can click on new item. Again, we saw all of this earlier, some of this earlier. I think I zoomed out. So they're going to ask you for a UPC. So you do need to have UPCs for your listings when you create listings on Walmart. Okay, so you're going to put in your UPC, and you're going to indicate the category of where this product is going to be listed. Categories are not the same as Amazon. There's some similarities, but they're not identical. The other thing I want to point out is that they have 3 tabs here, 1, 2, 3. When you go create the Walmart listing, like the Walmart listing has what, 8 tabs? Not Walmart, Amazon. I think Amazon is 8 tabs. I think it is. That's a brain stretch for me. But in any case, I want you to notice Walmart. So Walmart has a long scroll. You're going to be going down for a very, 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 very long time on just item content before you get to imagery and media, and then before you get to offer. So offer is a short page, imagery and media is a short page, item content is a super long page that goes down, 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 down. So I just want to point that out since we can see them clearly right here. So we're going to be in item content for a very long time. Okay, so you type the name of your product and you choose the UPC. and you put the UPC in. So if your product has a UPC, please use the UPC that's on your product. Just use the real UPC that's on the product. Don't go put a fake UPC for something. If you are doing bundles, what I do is I buy UPCs. You can buy UPCs from eBay. You can't do this method or approach on Amazon right now because Amazon wants brand registry, but you can do it on Walmart. So you can do multi-packs and bundles by buying UPCs and putting in that UPCs, and make sure that you have put in the item name and so on and so forth. Put the correct category as well. So you'll also see that you have an option for save draft. I want to point that out down here and submit when you're ready. But if you hit submit too early, it's going to tell you have problems. So, okay, so we're going to put in a UPC. We have all these UPCs, and then the next thing that's going to show up is SKUs. So you'll see that we're going to go down. I'm literally just going to fly through this page because we're going to keep going down right here. So this is an example. I think I did this. This example is from the bundles course that I taught for eCom Sellers Mastery. I'm just grabbing it because it goes through the pages on how to create a listing. So once you put in the UPC, you're going to press enter. We're going to go down. You'll see that, once the UPC is validated, it's new. I'm going to put in some SKUs. I'm going to put in a description. I just typed in some crap in here for the purposes of getting through this exercise. But you want to make sure, here's the deal. Keywords, 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 search words, search words, search words, search words. Please make sure that you are using the keywords for your product, whatever the product is, and the search words. The keyword should be in the first 5 positions of the product description, okay? It should. You need to name your images. Most people don't know to do that. We just had the eCom Q4 Summit. Somebody's like, I've never been told that. I'm like, yeah, you should always name your images. You can do image searches on Google. You want your stuff to show up. It's also going to help with your SEO and ranking. So just do it. And then make sure that you're putting keywords in, or key search terms in your in the listing itself as you go through the process. So I'm just going to go down through this. So we did, if there's a manufacturer, make sure you populate that. Electronic components, colors, color category, or ship. It must be shipped alone, or can be shipped with something else. So you want to make sure you indicate that. Age group, if there's an applicable. And sometimes, depending on the category that you choose, some of these options don't show up. It's very similar to Amazon. So when you choose a certain category in Amazon, you're not going to get some of these questions. You're just not. So the same thing happens on Walmart. The questions that they need information on, those are the ones that are going to be popping up. The ones that they don't need information, you won't see those. Okay. So this one happens to be furniture. So you're not going to get number of drawers if you're selling tennis shoes. You're just not going to see that question. Okay. All right. So theme, shape, assembly required. So now we are in images, and I've literally just skipped through a bunch of stuff, and we're in images. So the main key featured image needs to be first, the first one that you add there, or the first one that shows up. Make sure that it's flagged as primary. Then you can add the secondaries. Okay. And then once you do that, you want to set the primary, whichever one is the primary. And I don't know why this changed to GTIN, but whatever. So then once it's added, then once you add it, I think it's too wide. You'll see that there's no count for the inventory. So I'm going to go ahead and click on edit. You'll see the change. And then I'm going to put a count, and I'm going to put at least 1, and then I'm going to hit submit. And that is how I get a listing in there manually. Slowly but surely, I got the listing in there. So go through that process of making sure that, create your first listing. You can come back and watch this session if you're part of eCom Sellers Academy. If you bought this recording, you can come back and watch it as much as you want to. But that's, in essence, the short version of creating a listing. You have 3 tabs. One of them has a boatload of fields. You're just going to keep going down, and you're going to add your images. Make sure you have one of the images listed as a primary. Then you're going to go to the last page. You're going to make sure you put a quantity, and you're going to hit submit, pricing and quantity. And you're going to go from there. If you want to grab our detailed training, which is our 90-day intensive 12-week course, and you can go through the 12-week course in less than 12 weeks. It's 8 sessions. Each one of the sessions are at least 2 hours long. So it is really deeply in depth on what you need to do to be a successful Walmart seller. You can go to www.ecomsellersmastery.com and choose the Walmart training. You can get a 50% discount right now today by putting in 50 OFF ESM and get 50% off so you can get the detailed step-by-step training. We go through in that training how to do an upload through the spreadsheet, through bulk listings, like we go through them all, and you actually see it real time on the screen versus screenshot. Okay. All right. So some things that you need to remember for Q4. Some things that you need to keep in mind. Oh, wait a minute. Something happened. I'm trying to move the little floaty thing. So things you need to keep in mind. One, you need to get approved to be able to sell on Walmart ASAP. If you've been dragging your feet, I'm going to do it. 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 Just go do it. Go do it. Establish an EIN. Don't already have one. If you've been selling on Walmart for a while, you should, Amazon for a while, you should already have one. If you're not an Amazon seller, but you've been selling on other platforms, more than likely you should already have one. So if you don't have one, get one established. Number 2, learn that platform. Learn the Walmart platform, learn the reports you have access to. That's what I forgot to do, the screenshot. There's some reports that you can run, things that you have access to in your back office. Learn the platform, okay? It is different. It is not Amazon. It functions differently. So there are different things that you need to do. The back office looks different. That's just facts. If you're used to Amazon, if you're an eBay seller, again, it doesn't look anything like eBay. Trust me, it looks nothing like eBay. If you're an Etsy seller, if you're a Shopify seller, again, the platforms are going to be different. So, create some notes to help you on this journey. Review your listing. This is a Q4 tip directly from Miss Renata. I cannot take credit for it. Review your listings each day. You may not if you're not the featured seller. So if you're not the featured seller, then go update your pricing so that when you do become the featured seller, your prices will be good. You can update or optimize the listing so you're ready to rock and roll. When you do become the featured seller, you can go adjust your price, or you can do whatever you need to do with your listing. So make sure that you're reviewing your listings each day. Just kind of scan them, just kind of check, see if you're the featured seller or not. Sell things on Walmart that you buy at Walmart, okay? Here's an example. I know that Michal Chapman, who is totally awesome, she buys like pajamas. She'll buy like character pajamas. And there'll be character pajamas that she buys. And she'll check to see if they're already on Walmart.com. Now, I do need to say, I forgot to put this in here. I'll make sure it's in the next set of slides. Walmart does not have a buyer app, a seller app. They don't have a seller app. There is no seller app whatsoever. So you got to install the Walmart buyer app. You can do research and see if you can find the product online. If you can't find it, then that's a good opportunity for you to list it. Again, if you can't find it, that's a good opportunity to list it. I know that Renata used that strategy over and over and over and over and over again last Q4. Right now, I'm doing bundles with Renata. So I'm in her Walmart account all the time creating bundles, because bundles are a great opportunity, which was next on the list, or the next one. But in any case, if you go to the Walmart buyer app, if you install it on your phone and you go into the Walmart buyer app and you're in the store and you see something and you check to see if it's available online in other words, people have to physically come into the store to be able to buy it. You need to go buy a whole bunch of those and then go back home and list them on Walmart. List them back on Walmart. Okay. Walmart does have some things that you can't sell on Walmart. It's a small list, but there's a handful of things you can't sell. And we'll talk about that over the next 2 workshops. List everything you have. List the stuff that was returned to you, or that you had pulled back from Amazon. List the stuff that Amazon said you could no longer sell. List. You want to list new stuff. You can't be putting your junk up here. This is not eBay. So list your new stuff, unless it's a collectible. That's different. So list everything. And then sell bundles, sell multiples, sell multi-packs. That is such an open opportunity. Such an open opportunity. Just sell something that, it's already popular. Just add one extra thing to it. Now it's a bundle. Add two extra things. Add 5 extra things. Sell multiples of the same thing. Okay. Just be open to selling multiples. It does require you to create a listing. It does require you to do images. We had a whole training inside the bundles course that taught you how to create images, create pictures for stuff without actually having the physical item there. Pretty cool. Maximize your replenishables. Maximize your replenishables. Replenishables during Q4 are going to sell like crazy. I'm going to give you an example of candy canes. So candy canes are a food, and selling candy canes, a bunch of them, like selling a multi-pack or a bundle of candy canes. Great opportunity on Walmart.com. The great thing about Walmart, they allow you to connect with your customers. So if you have a customer that's been buying candy canes from you, or they bought candy canes from them, you might say, okay, hey, just wanted to let you know we got, let's say you got the Oreo striped candy canes before you were selling the Sour Patch or the Smarties or whatever candy canes. And so now you got the, Oreo. And so you want to tell them, or maybe they bought Oreo cookies from you before, and you want to tell them, hey, you may want to come stock up on this item. Unlike Amazon, you can actually connect with your customers. And I'm just going to say it, you should actually be building a customer database offline so that you have that for the future. With Amazon, they are always Amazon's, it's always Amazon's data. It's always Amazon's customers. It's never yours. And so trying to connect with your customers and trying to, build a relationship or trying to get them to come directly to your store directly, it's kind of hard. But Walmart is allowing you the opportunity to engage your customers. That's the reason why they want you to have a contact number. Customers have an issue, Walmart's going to send them, Walmart support help desk is going to send them directly to you. If they have a problem with a product, if they haven't received the product, if they're requesting a return or a refund, they're going to have them contact you first. So at least that part is sort of a courtesy as compared to what happens sometimes on Amazon or eBay. Although eBay is working on improving seller, some of the seller, I guess, not really seller rights. I'm trying to think of the right word. Anyway, eBay is working on fixing that. Amazon is not there yet. So I hope this information has been helpful to you getting started on Walmart. We have 2 more sessions. I hope we'll see you next Tuesday, where we're actually gonna look at an app next Tuesday, an app that you can use on Walmart. I am excited. I'm so excited. So with that being said, I am going to open it up to questions. If you have a question, you can type it in the chat. You can type it in the Facebook group underneath this thread. I'm going to do my best to answer your questions. Let me stop sharing. And you can type your questions in the chat, or you can type it in the Facebook group. So I'm going to go over to the Facebook group right now. Let me escape out of this. Let me go over to the Facebook group. And see, probably going to hear myself. So this is your opportunity to ask questions. If you have questions, we want to try and answer them. If you want information, we want to try and address it. So type your questions in the chat. Type them. Or, let's see. All right. No questions yet. Let me see if I have any in this Zoom. All right, I don't see any in the Zoom, and I don't see them in the chat. So here's what I will say. If you do have a question, you can type it in the Facebook group, eCom Sellers Academy Facebook group. And then that way you'll be able to, what does deliver a message if you're fulfilling? What does deliver a message? I don't know what that means. What does deliver a message? I don't know what that means. If you're fulfilling. I don't know what that means. You may want to edit that and retype it so I can try to answer it. What is the notification that you get that you have an order that delivers fulfilling it? I don't know what you're saying. So if you have questions, type them in the thread below this video, and we will answer them. If you are watching it from within the Zoom, you will have access to this training. We're going to send you a page where you can watch all of the trainings since you purchased this training, and you'll be able to watch it over and over again. So with that being said, I haven't seen anything else typed yet. Have your Amazon account connected to any listing tool? I don't know. There's not a full sentence there. Have your Amazon account connected to any listing tool? I don't know what that means. So this is what I'm going to say. Would that be eCom Dash? Well, yeah, yes, you can use eCom Dash to list. You can use eCom Dash to list on both. You can use eCom Dash to list on both Walmart and also on Amazon. So yes, you can do that. You also want to tweak the listing a little bit, but the other listing tool is Listing Mirror. Sean Mayo turned me on to it. So I'm going to be spending the rest of August learning Listing Mirror so that I can see if I like it better or worse than eCom Dash. eCom Dash is a good tool, but you can use it to, again, create your listings. So you can have, if you're doing merchant fulfilled, you can send your listings to Walmart and to Amazon. You can also send them to eBay. You can also send them to Shopify using eCom Dash. So someone says, I can't see you. Well, I already did the presentation. I shared my screen. Hi. That's why you can't see me. We're in the Q&A portion. So whatever questions you have, type them in the thread. Mark Peoples, I don't know that I understood. So if you decide you want to establish a Deliver account, like if you want to use Deliver to fulfill your orders, Deliver can fulfill your Amazon orders and your Walmart orders if you're doing both. Deliver can also, they can fulfill your eBay orders. They can do the majority of the platforms. Deliver does also work with Shopify. And so Shopify uses one of the platforms that they recommend for integration is ShipStation. So again, all of those are all an option to you. So you can use any of the above. So someone was saying, how do I access tonight's webinar? Hopefully she found it. I can tag you real quick because I am talking right now in the Facebook group. Let me just see if I have a chat in the Zoom. So let me go check Zoom real quick. I don't see any questions in the Zoom. All right. Let me see. I will post fully in the group. Okay. All right. That sounds fine. And then that way we can answer your question. I want to make sure that I answer the question and get you the information that you need. So we hope that this part one has been a blessing to you and your business. This is what I'm going to say. If you are currently in eCom Sellers Academy and you haven't, like if your account is past due, you're going to get a notice or a reminder from me to make sure your account is current because we're going to be doing a whole bunch of cool stuff for Q4. Q4 is my jam, and I'm going to be doing a few over-the-shoulder things. Like I'm going to learn Listing Mirror, and then I'm going to talk about it. Probably going to do a demo of it. So you probably want to be active if you want to learn how to scale your business, because I'm in the scaling business right now. I'm in the scaling business, scaling big time. I got all kinds of stuff going. So if you want to scale your business, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's go. All right. Well, I am going to say good night for now. Type your questions under the thread if you have questions. If you are on the chat, if you're in the Zoom, you can also email me and I will answer whatever questions that you have. So we thank you all for participating in tonight's live training on Walmart. And we will see you next week where we get to demo some software that will help Walmart sellers. So with that, I'll say bye for now.